So, please bear with me. This is my part two to my random news, random views video. Hopefully I don't say and like too much. I'm a little tired and I get a little like stuck in my head or nervous sometimes and it, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to give my opinion. There I go saying about I had just started getting into the Jordan Neely situation and Anthony Collins. I was comparing it, and my video got cut. But I went on ahead and uploaded it. This is the second part. So basically, how I feel is this: like, I feel like Daniel Penny did what he felt he needed to do. I do wish that he could have subdued Neely without it resulting in a loss of life. But even more than that, I wish Neely actually had a support network to look out after him, so that way he wouldn't been having very wild, threatening, and menacing outbursts. There's a lot of people with mental illnesses that don't threaten people. You know what I'm saying? They don't behave in a way that's menacing and threatening. But mental illness is not like, you know, I guess created in a vacuum or whatever. Everybody that's dealing with those type of issues is not like, you know, one size fits all. And I was saying that I wanted to really support Penny, but the only thing really stopping me is I just feel like, you know, black people don't have the same privilege. And the reason why is because, well, you have another incident that's very, very similar with a man named Anthony Collins, who was out minding his business with his two sons, his black sons, and they got accosted by a bigot who happened to be a white dude. He started calling the N-word, you know, behaving in a way that was very threatening and menacing. And similar to Neely, Mr. Collins felt the need to, you know, protect and defend himself and his children. So he punched the guy. Unfortunately, the man didn't live. But I don't remember a lot of the people coming out and supporting this New Jersey father the way some folks are supporting Daniel Penny. And you got to ask yourself why. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just because he saw Neely, Neely as a threat, and it had nothing else to do. Okay, so one has to wonder, like, okay, well, why did Anthony Collins go to jail? Why was he sentenced? I mean, he took a plea deal, but still. And that's the reason why I can't really clap it up and celebrate for Neely. But I don't have to, because, you know, it's powerful people endorsing him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has a strong support network. Anyways, it's messed up, but this is why I'm going to always be for people being able to defend themselves. And I said it before and I said it again. Everybody needs a hate crime bill. I also, in my previous video, did touch on the whole Andrew Shultz thing. I don't want to speak on it too much. I got powerful people that don't like me talking about it. But I'm a grown woman. You know, it's just interesting to me how a lot of black people, some famous, some not, they have the right to support certain people that don't have the best background. They don't have a squeaky clean background. You know what I'm saying? They might have, they might have a history of domestic violence or messing with minors. And this could be very easily researched. It's documented. It's out there. Like if you know, you know. If you know, I let black people support who they want to support. You know what I'm saying? I don't start no beef, no subliminal beef. I don't send people to harass people, none of that. I let people, you know what I'm saying? If people got a history of messing with minors or putting their hands on people, putting their hands on women, or shooting at other black men or whatever, going to jail, drug charges back in the day. I listen, I let people support who they support, but it was a problem. But I heard something interesting on the podcast. I'm not going to say the name because I don't want no smoke. I don't want no problems with people. I just think it's interesting how certain black people can only find something problematic when they deem it offensive to their demographic. Whether they be a man or an older man, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, certain privileged black folks but when all of us are hearing certain things that we deem problematic, we just got to deal with it. Or we get told, you could turn your radio off, or you could change the station, or stop being so sensitive. Y'all too sensitive. And I heard something that I thought, you know what I'm saying, kind of made sense. But then the devil's advocate character, spirit, or whatever you want to call it, and me popped out. Like, oh, like, you know, everybody else be on cold if they feel like, you know, a black comedian was offensive to their demographic. And this particular person, if I'm not mistaken, is Jewish. Could you imagine if a black comedian said something about females who happen to be Jewish, and it ticked off the Jewish community? In a roundabout way, they sort of kind of said it like that. They didn't exactly say it like that. So basically, it seemed like he was arguing that, like, we should be on code like they are. But the thing is holes in that, because a lot of times black people only really come together like if they feel like it's a brother that's being attacked, or it's a very, very privileged black female being attacked. Like, if you're going to make the argument about black people being on cold, you gotta have that energy every time. And this is outside of me, obviously. I'm talking about something that's bigger than me. Like, let's just say it was a black female that's not that privileged, or she don't look like a video vixen. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if she is going through something that is problematic and toxic and disrespectful to her, like, you can't just say, well, that's her problem, that's her business, and then turn around and be like, oh, well, like, we got to get on code because look how the other groups get on code and da-da-da-da-da. Like, you can't, what I'm trying to say, you can't really, when it comes to being on code, you either on code or you're not. You can't pick and choose when to do it. And I feel like the black community has a bad history of doing that. Now, the other day, I was talking about somebody who stepped down from a position. I forget, was it going to be the Attorney General? I don't think he should have stepped down. And it's like Democrats was calling for this person to step down. And it's just like, when you really think about all the children that are being trafficked, that was trafficked through the border, that went missing, nobody know where they are, can't nobody, you know, account for their whereabouts. When you think about how a lot of Democrats supported men dressed as women reading sexual books to children in classrooms, and lowering the age of consent in a lot of Democratic states, I'm like, I don't know why Matt stepped down from that position. I don't think he should have stepped down. Like, the DOJ cleared you, why step down? Because look at the individuals that wanted you to step down. They can't account for, you know, over 300,000 migrant children And even if they're not American, they still human beings. And some people are saying it's more than that. It's 500,000 that they can't account for. This happened under Democratic leadership. And they've been lowering the age of consent, sexual consent for minors in different states across the country. So whether or not this individual may or may not have done anything inappropriate with somebody that was 17, it's ironic that the Democrats would actually try to do that because they don't have a good track record with children. I think I also made a mistake of continuing to care about certain things that a lot of people in my community just really, really don't care about. And certain powerful black people that are very, very toxic are using that to their advantage now. And it's a coward move to me. It's a cowardly move to me because you waited until, like, I fell out of, certain powerful white men's good graces because I wouldn't shut up about, certain people abusing black children, physically abusing them. And then you want to go in for, my jugular. I really have been minding my business, keep it to myself. But I'm not even allowed to like certain messy white male comedians. But, when it comes to rappers, they got a history of beating on people, messing with minors, or, gun charges, drug charges back in the day. Like, it just seemed like this community is always going to be there to forgive them and get them second chances or whatever. But, it's like I've been willing to act like certain people just don't exist and they're not willing to do that for me. Anyways, right now, that's all I wanted to say. I just hope I didn't say anything that was too, because YouTube is real, real sensitive now. It's ironic because a few years ago, like, they was letting a lot of wild stuff happen. They was letting a lot of wild stuff go under the radar. I'm not even really going to get into it right now, but I'm going to pick up some other topics. You know what I'm saying? Random news, random views. These are my views, my thoughts, opinions, and mine's alone. I'll get back to it later. I'm going to go ahead and try to upload this. Still trying to, work this thing out or whatever. I want to get my skills up to where I'm able to, edit videos and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not going to be up here to be messy, to cause drama or whatever, but I'll give my thoughts and views and opinions where I see fit. You know what I'm saying? When I feel like it. You got people out here getting away with so much. And I'm like, why am I afraid to start a channel? I've been apprehensive and I've been thinking about it for a while. But you got people out here getting away with you know what I'm saying? You got people that, and the whole time I'm too nervous to start a channel. Please.